Suspense ends, lockdown 2 begins. Modi declares 19 more days of lockdown. Modi begins his message with a mask. Then he praises India's amazing resolve.
आपके त्याग की वजह से भारत अब तक कोरोना से होने वाले नुकसान को काफी हद तक टालने में सफल रहा है.
He then pleads for more fortitude.
पूरी निष्ठा के साथ 3 मई तक लॉकडाउन के नियमों का पालन करें.
Modi offers hope for COVID-19 hotspots. The Prime Minister leads India's war cry. Contain, corner and crush COVID-19.
And coming up at 5:30 p.m. on 5 Live, this most saddening, heartbreaking, tragic image that was captured on camera during the lockdown. It went viral over the last 24 hours, capturing this unknown individual in Agra in Uttar Pradesh collecting milk from the same puddle of spilt milk where stray dogs are also helping themselves to the same link. This is an image that has broken hearts across the country and across the world. Who is this man? What was this situation? Has he been helped? And what led to this horrifying, cruel and disturbing image that nobody is going to forget in a hurry? I will be investigating this and getting some answers at 5:30 here on 5 Live. But I do want to start things off by highlighting something for you, ladies and gentlemen. You saw the Prime Minister today wearing a mask. He began his speech by wearing a mask and then he began giving his speech. A lot of people on Twitter, on social media, have been very cheeky and snarky and saying, why is the Prime Minister wearing a mask if he's inside his house and not really near to everyone? Well, I want to tell you here on India Today that the Prime Minister was sending out a very good message, a very strong message by wearing that mask. Because believe me, if you happen to go out, and I hope you are not doing that, but if you see images that we're bringing to you here on media especially, you will see that outside on India's streets, wherever people are going and violating rules, there are hundreds if not thousands of people who are not wearing face masks that have become mandatory in many places. And by wearing a face mask, or at least beginning his speech by wearing a face mask, it occurs to me at least that the Prime Minister was sending out a message. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. There is no stigma in wearing a mask. A mask is for your health. It's for the safety of your loved ones. Please do not denigrate the wearing of a mask, which is a simple thing that is being asked of you in this war against COVID-19. And that's why that image is something we should interpret as a good message to all Indians. Thanks for tuning in. This is 5 Live. I'm Shiv Arur. National lockdown. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has announced extension of the mega lockdown till the 3rd of May, recognizing the importance of the 1 week in the fight against coronavirus. He has appealed to all countrymen to stop the spread of COVID-19 disease to newer areas. The Prime Minister has also said that till April the 20th, all states will be closely monitored as to how strictly they are implementing norms. States which do not let hotspots increase could be conditionally allowed to ease their restrictions a little bit. Some important activities could resume to help the poor especially, but with certain preconditions. The Prime Minister has also made 7 key appeals to India, which include protecting the elderly and, of course, observing social distancing. and using homemade masks. He's also said that Indians should download the Arogya Setu app to stay protected. He's changed his Twitter profile to one where he is seen wearing a homemade mask. A big message from the Prime Minister, simply conveyed in his speech and on social media. Please, please wear a mask.
हर किसी का यही सुझाव आता है, नागरिकों की तरफ से भी यही सुझाव आता है कि लॉकडाउन को बढ़ाया जाए। कई राज्य तो पहले से ही लॉकडाउन को बढ़ाने का फैसला कर चुके हैं। साथियों, सारे सुझावों को ध्यान में रखते हुए ये तय किया गया है कि भारत में लॉकडाउन को अब 3 मई तक और बढ़ाना पड़ेगा। यानी 3 मई तक हम सभी को, हर देशवासी को लॉकडाउन में ही रहना होगा। पहले से भी ज्यादा, बहुत ज्यादा सतर्कता बरतनी ही होगी। जिन स्थानों के हॉटस्पॉट में बदलने की आशंका है, उस पर भी हमें कड़ी नजर रखनी होगी, कठोर कदम उठाने होंगे। नए हॉटस्पॉट्स का बनना हमारे परिश्रम और हमारी तपस्या को और चुनौती देगा, नए संकट पैदा करेगा। इसलिए अगले 1 सप्ताह में कोरोना के खिलाफ लड़ाई में कठोरता और ज्यादा बढ़ाई जाएगी। 20 अप्रैल तक हर कस्बे, हर थाने, हर जिले, हर राज्य को बड़ी बारीकी से परखा जाएगा। वहां लॉकडाउन का कितना पालन हो रहा है, उस क्षेत्र ने कोरोना से खुद को कितना बचाया है, इसका मूल्यांकन लगातार किया जाएगा। जो क्षेत्र इस अग्नि परीक्षा में सफल होंगे, जो अपने यहां हॉटस्पॉट नहीं बढ़ने देंगे और जिनके हॉटस्पॉट में बदलने की आशंका भी कम होगी, वहां पर 20 अप्रैल से कुछ जरूरी गतिविधियों की अनुमति, छूटछाट दी जा सकती है।
As India is battling COVID-19, the number of cases has crossed the 10,000 mark. Almost half of India's districts are affected by the coronavirus. More than 7,600 cases are spread over 354 districts of India, some of them concentrated in the red hotspot zones. And I want to focus on those because the green districts on the screen are the ones where things are less affected or not affected at all. Mumbai has the highest number of COVID-19 hotspots. 381 areas have been declared as containment zones just in Mumbai. The second state which has the maximum number of hotspots is UP. It has 208 hotspots, followed by Chennai with 70 and Delhi with 47 hotspots. Remember, the number of hotspots might actually go up. So you see those 2 big red spots there, those are areas with the most affected people. That includes people in Mumbai. I want to go across to India Today's Rahul Srivastav for more on this. Rahul, the next 1 week is crucial. The Prime Minister has provided a glimmer of hope of some restrictions being eased, by April the 20th, if certain criteria and guidelines are met over the next 1 week. What are these criteria? What are these guidelines? And what kind of restrictions could be lifted? Rahul.
Shiv, if you look at the four speeches of addresses to the country by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, there is a wonderful little shift which one notices. And if you see today's speech, I think there are three standout elements. One definitely is in the beginning when he said how India started preparing early. That was in response to what Congress Party and Rahul Gandhi have been saying, that it wasn't, the lockdown initially was a one-size-fits-all kind of flawed attempt by the Prime Minister. It should have been different. I think the Prime Minister has addressed that issue. The second very interesting element is, Shiv, and there is one more. The second element is that he has not only said that how many cases are there, what kind of hotspot you are, but he has made adherence to the lockdown a benchmark as a future criteria for getting out of the lockdown. So he has brought the onus of getting out of the lockdown on the people now. Now that's very interesting, because what he's telling the public, that if you do not get out of your police station area, your kasbah, your mohalla, your district, he is breaking down the zoning of the country further deeper. That will mean that this adherence criteria will decide which way the government can go, because when you open certain restrictions, you not say, for example, allow industrial belts, then you have to look from where the areas the people will come from, which area the people will pass, whether the buses can fly in that, all those elements come in. So he has put the onus of the success or the future lockdown on the public. The second very important element is, after April 20th, India will enter perhaps a very critical phase of, in case there are restrictions are eased, that means social distancing protocols and battling coronavirus will also become a responsibility of, say, industrial units, of agriculturists who are getting farm laborers. So the battle till now, which was being fought by the government, will have shareholders. The industrial units who will house workers in their premises will have to ensure similar kind of effort as the government is doing. So I think that the battle is now shifting. It is becoming more broad-based than only the government fighting it or the government trying to contain it. Containment and battle has reached another level now.
Okay, another level now. Rahul, thank you very much for that. I want to put that map once again on our screens right now to show you how the country has been divided up into different zones based on what kind of COVID-19 case levels each area is experiencing. Because this is an image I want all of our viewers to remember, because it is based on these shades of orange, red and green that the proposed easing of restrictions will take place at the end of the next 1 week, that is on the 20th of April, as announced by the Prime Minister. Two of the places which have a large number of hotspots and containment zones actually happen to be Mumbai and Delhi, two of India's largest metropolitan cities. So I want to go across now to India Today's Aishwarya Paliwal, who's reporting from Delhi, and Tanushri Pandey from Mumbai. Tanushri, Mumbai has over 350 hotspots and containment areas, the largest in the country. The next 1 week is going to be crucial for Mumbai, and I hope Mumbaikars are listening, because what the Prime Minister has indicated, Tanushri, is depending on how the next 1 week goes, there could be some easing of restrictions, and that will benefit the people of Mumbai. But it's very crucial because right now cases are still rising.
Absolutely. Absolutely. With each passing day, cases are doubling up in the state of Maharashtra, and especially in Mumbai has emerged as the epicenter of COVID-19 cases, Shiv, in India. You were right, at least 381 locations have been declared as containment zones. Now, most of this area include the slums, the clusters, the packed areas of Mumbai. The slum problems in Mumbai, Shiv, is adding up to the rising cases of COVID-19. Slums like Dharavi, Govandi and Varli Koliwada, these three remain to be the most critical locations for Mumbai. In fact, these three are the ticking time bomb for the state of Maharashtra. Many cases are rapidly growing from these areas. So now, as Rahul was mentioning, Prime Minister has shifted the onus of of the lockdown and the, how well a state is prepping up for the lockdown to the public. And what the state government and the BMC officials are right now doing is that they have become proactive. They are preempting the situation. Fever clinics have been opened so that people who have symptoms of only fever can directly go to these clinics, and they should not go to the hospitals which are already hard pressed. Now, second thing which is being done in Mumbai is that drone mapping is being done in the packed and the cluster areas to get into the narrower lane so that they can see that if people are taking the lockdown seriously, because given the ground situation, social distancing doesn't really mean much for the people of slums. Now, the third thing which is being done in Maharashtra is that more and more samples are being collected. Door-to-door screening is being done. More than 8,000 samples have been collected only from the slum of Dharavi. And the fourth and the most important thing which is being done is that the BMC officials and the doctors are right now checking all those people who are in fact showing slightest of symptoms of COVID-19, and they are immediately shifting all those people to the institutional quarantine facilities in Mumbai. So these four steps are being taken preemptively, being taken by the state of Maharashtra and the BMC official to contain the spread of COVID-19 on the ground. But yes, Mumbai remains to be the worst affected city and has now become the epicenter of COVID-19 with at least 1,632 cases of COVID-19 going right now. Shiv, back to you.
Absolutely. It is really the epicenter of the COVID-19 crisis as far as urban India is concerned. Over 1,600 active cases there. Aishwarya, in Delhi, it's a bit of a mixed bag. Very high number of cases. The number of hotspots has actually doubled in the last couple of days. But there are some promising areas like Dilshad Garden, if I'm not mistaken, which has not seen any, fresh cases since the original ones were reported. What are you seeing happen in Delhi over the next 1 week?
Well, Shiv, we did see how the Chief Minister, in fact, Arvind Kejriwal, had a few days back that the 5 Ts is something which his government would be going forward with. And that's exactly what the Delhi government is doing. They are making sure that they are testing as many people as possible. They are also doing very stringent on-track tracing. Now, let me also tell you, Shiv, one of the reasons why we did see the spike was because of the Nizamuddin case. So definitely the Delhi government is taking this on the war footing. They're also saying that the next 1 week will be very crucial. We understand that the government is making sure that every hotspot is being checked. They are also trying to make sure that they contain it. There are several containment zones, which means that those people who are in those hotspots are not allowed to move out. So the Delhi government definitely taking this on war footing.
Thanks very much, Aishwarya and Tanushri. Stay safe. Hotspots hopefully will not increase over the next 1 week, and hopefully the people of Mumbai and Delhi can see some restrictions eased at the end of this week. April the 20th is when the Prime Minister says things will be taken stock of and maybe some decisions can be taken. It doesn't look good right now. I want to be realistic, but let's pray and hope that something turns out positive. As the Prime Minister announced the extension of the lockdown till May the 3rd, all domestic and international flights too shall remain suspended till the 3rd of May midnight. The Aviation Ministry has made the announcement soon after Prime Minister Modi declared the lockdown is being extended. This is important, so please listen in case you have bookings on trains or planes. India had, remember, banned all international flights much before the lockdown came into effect. Since the 24th of March, 650 aircraft have been stranded at different airports across India. All train services too will be out of service till the 3rd of May. Let's also understand that how will airlines likely operate once this lockdown period is actually over? You may be wondering, is it going to suddenly come back? Will flights suddenly become available? Well, you may actually see less flights, and that too limited, to the cleared zones. Flights can be with limited crew and passengers. It has to be a phased return to commercial aviation. Social distancing will have to be kept in mind. The lockdown has resulted in a huge dent and an impact on the aviation industry. According to estimates, airlines, and this is global, could lose $113 billion in global passenger revenues by the time this entire crisis is over. Well, meanwhile, India has recorded its biggest and its highest ever surge in COVID-19 cases in a single day. According to the Ministry of Health and Welfare, 1,211 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. 1,211 cases, the single biggest surge in one day. 31 deaths have also been reported in India in the last 24 hours, the biggest ever surge in daily cases in the country and deaths. The total number of confirmed cases of novel coronavirus in India has crossed the 10,000 mark, if you can believe it. It was just the other day recently when we were reporting the first positive case in Kerala, and now India has crossed 10,000 cases. Prime Minister Modi, in his address to the nation, has requested countrymen to follow 7 steps. This is what they look like.
अपने घर के बुजुर्गों का विशेष ध्यान रखें। घर में बने फेस कवर या मास्क का, और वो भी घर में बने हुए, उनका अनिवार्य रूप से उपयोग करें। आयुष मंत्रालय द्वारा जो निर्देश दिए गए हैं उसका अगर हम पालन करें, गर्म पानी है, काढ़ा है, इनका निरंतर सेवन करें। आरोग्य सेतु मोबाइल ऐप जरूर डाउनलोड करें। दूसरों को भी इस ऐप को डाउनलोड करने के लिए प्रेरित करें। गरीब परिवार की देखरेख करें, उनके भोजन की आवश्यकता पूरी करें। अपने साथ काम करे लोगों के प्रति संवेदना रखें, किसी को नौकरी से न निकालें। देश के कोरोना योद्धाओं, हमारे डॉक्टर, नर्सेस, सफाई कर्मी, पुलिसकर्मी, ऐसे सभी लोगों का हम सम्मान करें, आदर पूर्वक उनका गौरव करें।
These are images that have broken hearts across the country and across the world since yesterday. Viral images of the most upsetting and heartbreaking nature. This unnamed, unknown individual in Uttar Pradesh's Agra, the city of the Taj, seen here on the road scooping up milk after a milkman met with an accident and all his milk spilt out onto the road. And he was seen scooping up that milk into an earthen pot. Alongside him, not far away, were some stray dogs that were partaking of that very same milk. This cruel, heartbreaking image from the COVID-19 lockdown. Who is this man? How did this situation come about? While we've shown you various images of the lockdown right through our coverage here on India Today, that video that I just put out on your screen from Agra, showing that man and dogs, drinking from the same spilt milk on the road, is perhaps the cruelest image of the impact of the coronavirus lockdown and its impact on sections of the poor. The video, which has now gone viral, as you can imagine, shows the poor man trying to scoop up the milk flowing on the street in his small earthen vessel. The heart-wrenching visuals are from Agra's Rambagh Chauraha, where a milkman's motorcycle was caught in an accident, causing the milk containers to spill on the road. Within seconds, nearby stray dogs started drinking that same milk that was spilt, and soon this destitute individual also arrived, trying to fill his pot by scooping up the milk on the road. Well, after this video went viral, the administration says it is now trying to locate the man collecting this milk out of desperation.
कल एक प्रकरण आया था रामबाग चौराहे पर, जो है एक दूध वाले का दूध जो है गिर गया था, जिसको एक आदमी जो है वो सकोरे में जो है भरता हुआ दिखा था। इस संबंध में जो है ACM2 को जो है जांच कराई गई है। तो उनके द्वारा भी ये बताया गया कि जो आसपास के लोग हैं उन्होंने कहा कि वो भर करके जो अगल बगल के जो कुत्ते थे उनको पिलाने के लिए भर रहा था, और जब तक वो आदमी नहीं मिल जाता तब तक पूरी स्थिति जो है तभी स्पष्ट हो पाएगी।
I want to go across to India Today's Nilanshu Shukla, who's been following this story. Nilanshu, in a crisis of this kind, it's pictures like this that will stay in people's memory. Large sections of the UP administration and the UP police have shown great alacrity. They've reached out to people in need. They've done very many good things. But images like this are going to suggest that people are desperate. A poor man is scooping up milk on the road. Is there any clarity on who this man is? What led to this situation? Because the authorities are saying he was scooping up this milk to feed other animals. Is there any truth in that, or was he merely hungry?
Shiv, the administration is trying to identify the person to know the real story, but somewhere the government, other political parties, NGOs and social organizations, everyone is trying their best to ensure that the poor are benefited, food is provided to everyone. Thousands of community kitchen centers have opened across the state to provide food to the needy, and distributions are also taking place in Lucknow and other parts of the state. But this image, this heart-wrenching visuals clearly show that the impact the lockdown is having on the poor, because they are the one who are suffering a lot, and the ADM has issued a statement on this saying that this person is being identified. But according to the commuters, the onlookers who shot this video, they are saying that this video is from Agra's Rambagh area. A milkman was traveling who met with an accident, and the milk containers fell on the road, and later some dogs came and they started drinking the milk, and then this person also came who can be seen filling the milk which fell on the road, filling his pot with the milk which fell on the road. So these are very disturbing visuals, and the Agra administration is right now trying to locate this person.
Okay, the Agra administration is trying to locate this person. And remember, we are not for a moment here suggesting that this is someone's negligence. I mean, there are way too many people in this country, but I want to just say that each individual becomes representative, like Nilanchu said, of a larger problem. In this case, perhaps this man's actions and what he's been forced to do are representative of people who are going hungry and don't have access to milk and other essentials, which they should be, especially at a time like this. And that's the reason why we will continue to try and figure out who this man is and whether he can be helped, because he represents a situation and not just himself. He represents millions of others in this country who perhaps are in this very heartbreaking situation. We're in touch with the authorities and we will update you. Meanwhile, if you've seen an individual like this in Agra, if you by some chance know who this is and can identify him for us or can help us get his whereabouts, we would be happy to pass that information on to the UP authorities in Agra and see if we can help that individual and thousands others like him. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, meanwhile, has issued a warning to those who are hiding coronavirus suspects or people with COVID-19 who are continuing to evade healthcare workers. The Chief Minister said that very strict action will be taken against COVID suspects who are not reporting to authorities and have concealed their information. Adityanath has also warned officials of action if any COVID cases reported outside the hotspot areas of the state. As of now, all cases of coronavirus have been reported only from hotspots in 15 districts of Uttar Pradesh. Remember, there are more than 550 coronavirus cases in Uttar Pradesh so far. While 49 have recovered, 5 people have died in one of India's most populous states. Meanwhile, there is some good news from Uttar Pradesh, however. Pilibhit has become the first district in UP to be coronavirus free. Now, you may be wondering whether a term like coronavirus free can be attributed at a time when there are many vagaries and uncertainties about whether this virus can make a comeback. But for now, it has become the first district in UP to be declared coronavirus free. This after the district's 2 COVID-19 patients have fully recovered following treatment. The second COVID-19 patient was discharged from hospital yesterday. There have been no cases in Pilibhit since March the 25th, thankfully. On the 22nd of March, the district reported its first COVID-19 cases. A 73-year-old woman who had returned from Saudi Arabia after a 20-day pilgrimage tested positive, and 3 days later, her 33-year-old son tested positive. He had contracted the virus from his mother as he had stayed with her in the isolation ward. The man who was brought to Lucknow, and on Monday he was discharged after treatment. The elderly woman was accompanied by 36 other pilgrims of Pilibhit who all were kept quarantined for 28 days. Yogi Adityanath, the Chief Minister, has congratulated the District Magistrate of Pilibhit and police officials on achieving the coronavirus-free tag, the first in Uttar Pradesh. Nilanshu continues to be with us. Nilanshu, some good news amidst the gloom in Uttar Pradesh. The first district to be declared quote-unquote coronavirus-free is Pilibhit. 2 cases, both have made recoveries, thankfully.
Well, this is absolutely right, Shiv. Some good news for the people living in Pilibhit. Let me tell you that more than 40 districts in UP are affected due to COVID-19, and Pilibhit has become the first district to become free from COVID-19. Both the patients have recovered and they have been discharged from the hospital, but still the cases in other parts of the state are constantly rising. Agra has become hotspot of COVID-19 cases in UP. More than 130 cases have been reported in Agra so far, and if we talk about the statewide tally, more than 650 cases of coronavirus have been reported till 4 p.m. This is what the government has told us, and out of more than 650 cases that have been reported, nearly 50% belong to the Tablighi Jamaat attendees. Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has issued a warning to those who came in contact with them, because the government believes that there are a lot of people who came in contact with the Jamaat attendees. They are still hiding. They are not coming out and informing the administration. Cases have also been registered against some people who have been traced by the district authorities in several parts of the state. So the government has already ordered strict action against them, and also the passports of foreign nationals who attended the Tablighi Jamaat event in the Markaz event in Delhi have also been confiscated. Some of them have also been booked for not cooperating with the government's effort to contain the COVID-19 outbreak.
Nilanshu, thank you very much for that. Keep tracking that very important piece. And I also want to, just remind our viewers of, since this little bit of good news has come in from Pilibhit in Uttar Pradesh, how did it actually become COVID-19 free? Let's just take you through step by step. Maybe there are some learnings from what happened in Pilibhit. The police first activated its intelligence network after the first case came to light in late March. All Gram Pradhans were put on alert. The people who had arrived from outside, that is in Saudi Arabia and other places, into Pilibhit were all screened without exception. The health department sanitized 23 villages. Remember, Pilibhit is a district, so there were many villages. 23 villages were completely sanitized. Migrant workers were kept in quarantine right from the start. 15 outposts were set up to check the entry of any outsiders into the district. Round-the-clock patrolling was conducted. No expense was spared, and that's why 2 positive cases did not exponentially increase, and both those persons have now thankfully recovered. And as the nation remains in lockdown for at least the next 19 days, it's the duty of the men and women in khaki who are at the front line to enforce this lockdown as compassionately as possible. Risking their own personal safety, they're enforcing lockdown norms to ensure people stay indoors while allowing those involved in essential services to continue their work. Meet Sonam Tyagi, guarding a key intersection in Noida's Sector 22 adjoining Delhi. Wearing a face mask and a pair of gloves, she's well aware of the infection risk and turns emotional while narrating the precautions she needs to take, being the mother of a year-old child.
जब मैं यहाँ से जाती हूँ तो थोड़ा डर तो लगा रहता है, बस जाके सीधे पहले बाथरूम में जाती हूँ मैं, वहाँ कपड़े चेंज करके गर्म पानी में नहाकर कपड़े वपड़े धोकर फिर जब निकलती हूँ फिर उसके बाद भी बहुत देर तक मैं उसे लेती भी नहीं हूँ, डर लगता रहता है बच्चे के साथ.
Megha Gautam, another young cop, deputed at Sector 62, also in Noida. Her post is close to a hotspot. She's equally worried for the safety of her 2 children back home.
लगता है कि बच्चे आएंगे, चिपट जाते हैं ना बच्चे जब जाते हैं तो अपने आप जूते बाहर निकालो, बच्चों को दूर 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 दूर, बस यही एक जाते हैं नहाते हैं, उसके बाद 10-15 मिनट बाद बच्चों से मिलती हूँ.
There are countless other heroes in khaki. Rajesh Sharma, who is the station house officer of the RK Puram police station, hasn't been home since the lockdown was imposed.
देश जिस दौर से गुजर रहा है और जिस स्थिति में हैं, ये अनकॉल्ड फॉर सिचुएशन है जो कभी कभी आती है, और इस समय ड्यूटी सबसे बड़ी हमारा धर्म है, क्योंकि देश के जो हालात हैं उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा उम्मीदें देश के लोगों की पुलिस से और डॉक्टर से हैं।
This image from Karanagar in Srinagar of a CRPF Jawan of 49 Battalion grabbing a quick meal at his doorstep shows the lengths to which our men and women in uniform go. City Superintendent of Police in Bhopal, Lokesh Sinha, has been living out of his garage since the 20th of March, staying away from his family to shield them from possible infection.
मैं 20 तारीख से ही मैं इस रूम में रह रहा हूं, क्योंकि मैं अवेयर था और बेसिकली कोरोना इन्फेक्शन होने के जो चांसेस रहते हैं वो टच करने के द्वारा ज़्यादा होता है, तो मैं अपने घर से दूर इस रूम में रह रहा हूं।
From leave being cancelled to long grueling hours at work and even facing hostile crowds violating the lockdown, our brave hearts in uniform are risking their lives to keep us safe. With Arvind Ojha and Jitendra Singh in Delhi, Ravish Pal Singh in Bhopal, Bureau Report, India Today. And since we started this show with a story about masks and how the Prime Minister is wearing a mask, here are some children in Kolkata who've been listening to the Prime Minister and how. In this time of coronavirus, wearing masks has become extremely important, and it's a part of prevention of the transmission of novel coronavirus. The West Bengal government has made it mandatory for everyone to wear masks if they step out of home. So if you're tired of wearing your same old mask over and over again, well, please take inspiration from these young children in Kolkata who've decided to make masks a fashion statement. That's right, 11-year-old Anita Goenka has been utilizing her time at home to make fancy designer masks which could not just provide protection but also make the person look, well, more fancy.
From Angry Birds to a Disho mask, the kids are almost making everything look happier even during these testing times. As the gloom is now turning into a bloom with these colorful masks, all you can say is, as we work with these boring masks out, they have proven that this could also be some big time fun. With camera person Tapas Berry, this is Manogya Loiwal in Kolkata for India Today.
Meanwhile, animals are rejoicing. You've been hearing stories like these since the lockdown began, but I can't help it. These stories are coming and they're coming and they're coming. Animals are rejoicing the newfound freedom and limited population out on the streets, especially in India's populated areas like never before. Take a look at this flood of stories of nature reclaiming what is rightfully nature's. With the entire country under lockdown, pollution levels have come down in Mumbai, which is why flamingos were spotted in droves in Navi Mumbai. These scenes are otherwise extremely rare on normal days and certainly not in such large numbers. This is Navi Mumbai and those are flamingos. Ahmedabad's Shiv Ranjani saw a peregrine falcon coming out from the skies for 5 days in a row. This bird of prey is believed to be one of the fastest species on earth, which can reach up to speeds of 200 miles per hour while flying in a dive. That's a peregrine falcon in Ahmedabad. A video of spotted deer running across an empty street in Dehradun swiftly went viral as well this week on the internet. The deer's golden rufous coloring is speckled with white spots and it has a white underbelly. Very common sight nowadays apparently under the lockdown. Deer have been taking over India's cities. Meanwhile, a video of a small Indian civet, a nocturnal animal freely walking in broad daylight in Kerala's Kozhikode, has gone viral. You can see the civet walking on a zebra crossing on an empty road in Kozhikode. Okay, we've got some breaking news coming in now. A lockdown violation in Mumbai's Bandra area, where you're going to see pictures right now of hundreds of migrant workers gathering for rations in Mumbai's suburb of Bandra. These are shocking images. no social distancing. Obviously the need for rations overrides any possibility of social distancing and caution. There are many policemen you can see here as well. They appear to be totally helpless as migrant workers are massing in large numbers in this one part of Bandra in Mumbai for rations. I want to go across to India today. Sahil Joshi with us live. Very disturbing images coming in from Bandra, Sahil.
Yes, Shiv. These are the migrant workers. They actually thought that the trains will be operating from today, and they would get a chance to go Bandra station. So police finally had to explain to them that it is still continued, and then had to be dispersed from the location. These migrant workers who had queued in at before, they were in the surrounding areas by the authorities. They thought that today the lockdown will be able to get the trains back to their villages. So that's why they had gathered at these stations. The similar visuals we are getting from Thane. You get the intercity trains to go out of Mumbai. So that's why they thought that they will be able to get a train, catch a train from Bandra station, and that's why they had gathered at Bandra station and asked to go back. They have been kept, and the police has dispersed them.
And some kind of announcement on the lockdown being lifted, and that's the reason why social distancing has been kissed goodbye in these very distressing images from Bandra in Mumbai. We're leaving you with these pictures. Keep watching India Today. 6 p.m. Prime with Ankit Tyagi comes up. He reminds you about the Prime Minister's 7-point appeal to the nation, and he also has Delhi's Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia live and exclusive on the Delhi hotspot plan.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.